Keeping to time, up next we have another presentation, this time focused on improving customer experience through data visualization. We have an esteemed speaker for you. He has more than 13 years experience and he's passionate about transformations within companies. He is the Senior Director of Data and Analytics for DAMAC Property. He is Elvid Muslim. Please welcome him.
Hi, good day everybody. Are you able to hear me? Okay. I think all works well. So it's a nice auditorium. I'm very glad to be here and to present about one use case that we picked in particular. To just give a short introduction about myself and the company. In the last 13 years have been working in data analytics across different initiatives, and last 9 years have been in Dubai, so in Middle East. We've originally come from Croatia, where I have been working in data analytics for around 8 years across banking. Last year I moved to the DAMAC Group with a mandate to basically form the data analytics function. So as a part of this, we have four verticals which we are structured with that I'm leading. So data engineering, BI, data governance, and data science. So it's a quite good journey, really accelerated. I'll be sharing today one experience that we used in terms of the BI. So a bit about the DAMAC Group. So I believe majority of people here have seen quite a few buildings in Dubai with DAMAC on top of that. So that's, I would say, the most common company that everybody is associated with DAMAC. However, DAMAC is a much bigger company. So it's a conglomerate around 20 companies. I believe in the last few months you have heard a lot in terms of the data center business being acquired. A few weeks ago we have also announced the DAMAC Labs, which will be, I believe, a really interesting area in terms of metaverse and all the new things that are coming there. So really has been amazing in terms of the technology and in terms of everything that has been done. Quite big push in terms of that area. So as a part of what we are very commonly doing is when there is any new announcement in terms of the new project. So next week we'll be having a new launch of DAMAC Lagoons. So this is basically an event that is set up on a way that people come and then through the end-to-end process they basically buy their property. So how was that working before? It was in terms of people pay the registration fee, they get their token. They show their interest in terms of the property they want to buy, and then through event they are driven and doing their own decisions. So kind of what we noticed during event, and this is usually quite big events. So last few events were organized in Coca-Cola Arena with more than 1,000 participants. So quite a big events and kind of a structure on the way. So the way it usually works is people go, they register for event, they either on event or before they do a token payment based on interest they want to do. After that they ensure that they have done the payment and they go with a specific person, depends on topology they want to go ahead. And then through the paper they see, okay, where is this unit? Is it located close to lagoons? Where is the school? So there is a lot of questions that happen through that specific event. So all of these questions were done on a way that it's on paper, and then people were usually having the full layout of the map, and then kind of this has been sold, okay, X here. So it's kind of more interactive way. So as a part of this, we got mandate to see how we can make it a bit better experience from perspective of customers and how we can make it more engaging. So the area that we focused on was the first version we have, actually that's version 0.1. So it was just a basic dashboard that will say, okay, what has been reserved, what has been bought, what is still available in terms of the overall project. However, that still didn't answer all the questions that people had during launch event. So as a part of this, we decided, okay, we want to make a bit more interactive customer experience. So as a version 1, we did basically all the layout that exists within a map to exactly see where the units are available, real time, what has been booked, what has been sold, so to have that transparency to customers. So this has been a quite successful story. with the first version of launch event, and this is something that we managed to do within 4 working days prior to event. And that has driven quite a good customer experience, has driven much better engagement. So what we were able to basically achieve is all the decision was basically done before based on where is the location. So somebody would come and say, okay, I want to have the 3-bedroom villa, which is close to Lagoon. So what do you have available? And then the conversation would start. So at the end of the process, there was a big queue and big challenge where we wanted to ensure that people know that upfront. So as a second part, so as well we have received after first event, we have received customer feedbacks and feedbacks of our sales representative. So what they have said, people were like not able to see fully, they were engaged. So as a second part, we have iterated and we have allowed people to then see real availability while they were waiting in the queue. So the idea is through more interactive way, so they can see, okay, what is the map? Similar like, for example, what you have in Emirates app when you book your seat. So through this perspective, to allow customers to have full visibility and to allow them to have much more interactive part. Because in that perspective, while people are waiting for the queue, some of the units are being sold, so like depends on their interest and as well what they are looking for. That has allowed us to give them the full transparency and to make their decisions. So as a second event, we have allowed them to have on their phone a real-time availability of inventory and see how the units are being booked. So this has helped us with the 2 things. It has driven the adoption. As well, people have been much more engaged and see, okay, this number of units are available, like, so as well, like quite a lot of agents are engaged in this process when people are buying, for example, reserving 10 villas, 15 villas, etc. So for them, it has been very important to understand in that point what is available, what is the location, how they can sell it, price point. And overall, this has been, I would say, like one really good initiative that from perspective, it hasn't been something that it's, I would say, like high-level advanced analytics, hasn't been something that took like 5 months to implement and then, 50 people and everything, but has been very, very successful with improving the customer experience. Any questions maybe from anybody?
Thank you very much for the intro about your project. Just slight question in terms of the adoption. How did you measure?
So since this is physical event, one of the areas like that has been done in terms of the time that people are spending. So in every stage, so when the person comes in, there is a token that is being associated with the person, and then through the token management system, they can see how much was the queue waiting time. So first the process basically works in a way that first stage is somebody shows in an event, so there is people that have already paid or people that are just walking in. For walking in, there is associated token, so they get a specific token. After that, they make payments, and then they usually get in queue for the talk with the sales representative. So based on that, every stage of the journey is being measured from the time perspective. So this has been one area, and definitely the other part was more in terms of less quantitative, was getting feedback from different agents. So one area they have for sure mentioned that has improved as well, we have given the tablets and everything to sales representative. So based on change that was happening on the spot, they were able to filter out and say, okay, these 5 units are matching your criteria. So there has been like a 3 set of dashboards that were helping the sales process, from the one that were like purely shown on the big screens to mobile, and then third one has been like more as a sales tool for sales representatives. Sure. Any other questions?
Hi. Hi, Sanjay Natkani from Emirates Academy. You mentioned about the DAMAC labs. What are the use cases you'll be looking at in terms of, you pointed out metaverse and probably some other exotic technologies. So have you already thought about the use cases that you'll be looking at within this lab?
So on that area, there is currently in stage the initial use cases have been defined. So with our perspective, like we are very dominant in terms of physical area. Now the question that comes with the metaverse, everybody is like, you know, all this sandbox, all the areas that you have. In reality, is also there will need to be somebody that's going to build a metaverse in overall. So kind of the area that I see in that perspective will be, I would say, synergy between what DAMAC has as a brand. So as well, like for example, Roberto Cavalli and other brands that we are on, to complement in the metaverse as well. So there will be different set of use cases across different set of companies.
Thanks.
Sure. Any other questions? Well, in that case, thank you very much for your attention. I'm looking forward. In case you want to get in touch, please feel free. It will be my pleasure. Thank you.